Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome yet again to another Total Warcast. I'm your host, Daily, reporting, well, almost live from Snowy Tops, Norway, and this is episode 4, right? Or 3? 4? Yeah? Yeah? 4? Yeah, it is 4. I never keep count because, well, we've been pumping out these Warcasts so lately that it's hard to keep track. I'm sitting here alone, which seems very sad, but it's Friday and finally weekend. Done with watching the kids and all that at work. So I sat it down and I will do this quick intro to this Warcast. Now, it's gonna be a quick intro just because the main part of the show today is actually an interview with one of the most known modders on TWC, which is Darth Vader. Now, it's a long interview and I hope you all will enjoy it. But first, I'm gonna talk about, well, it's Shogun 2 Gold Edition, who has been released recently. Creative Assembly, it will be released in the middle of March, well, somewhere in March, and apparently it includes all available DLC. Yeah, so that is so you can buy everything and get everything in one package. So that's nice. Um, yeah, well, actually, I have nothing. That's the only news today because on the front page, me and Gunny did the last Warcast 5 days ago, and yeah, it's going quite quickly, but I wanted to get it out this weekend because I feel that this is a very important interview and all that, so I wanted to do it as quickly as possible. Now, there's nothing to talk about. God damn it. There's nothing to talk about. Well, fine. I will just say that enjoy this little interview with Darth Vader. It's around 20-30 minutes long and it gives you an interview into his mind, and it's a very nice talk between me and him. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this little corner. Well, it's a mod corner, of course, our favorite little corner, and we're gonna have quite a special interview today. It's something that I've wanted to do since I started the Warcast, and that's actually having an interview with the great esteemed Darth Vader. Welcome, Darth Vader.
Hello, Daily. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, it's really nice to talk to you too. And I've gathered up a couple of questions, and I'm gonna ask you them, and I hopefully you will provide us with a brilliant answer. So is there anything quick you want to say at first, or should we just hop right into the questions?
First of all, I'm sorry about my English. I don't know how I will sound to an English person because I am Greek, so I try hard to speak English as well as I can. Now, you can ask me, of course, and we'll see how our talk goes.
Yeah, it will probably go very well. And don't worry about your English. We've had people here with an accent before, and just take your time, and it will go quite alright. Now, the first question. What was your? This is kind of not in the modding, but at least what was your first Total War game as a player, but not modder?
It was the first one, Total War Shogun, the first one that came out, and I was astonished when I played it. It was the first inspiration. Um, I always I used to play a lot of board games and to draw battles with a lot of soldiers, so it was a dream come true to see this kind of game.
I can imagine. I'm younger, so I didn't experience Shogun, the first one.
A
So
lot younger, yes, I was. I don't remember when was it? What time of?
it was released. It's a quite. That's. I think it has to be like nine more. That's for Rome. Maybe 10, 12 years ago. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yes,
So yeah. Okay. So when we gotta hop into your beginning as a modder. So how, why, and when did you start out on modding? Like back in the day.
uh, I was modding other games. As I can remember, my first mod was for medieval Total War. And also, I have done some editing about in Shogun, but for my personal taste. My first public mod release was for Medieval Total War when mods did not exist. There was a forum, I remember, maybe it was the official forum, and there was a section that people could upload some text files, etc., to edit their game. So I did that, and my first mod was about some unit statistics, some different parameters, but not so important. Other mods I have made were for Medal of Honor, for Pro Evolution Soccer, I don't remember, maybe it was for 2006, 2008, and some other minor things. But gradually, I abandoned everything to focus on Total War. In Rome Total War, I started to, in quotes, professionally mod, to drastically try to change everything. So I grant this year, 2005, my first year of modding the official.
Okay.
The previous was like an apprentice.
Okay. So yeah. So that's when you started out, like on, well, like in quotes, professionally starting to mod Total War games.
Yes,
Okay.
in Rome Total War. And I quickly became well known for this work. There were many modders, yes, but I was focusing on gameplay and artificial intelligence, tweaking gameplay and how armies are behaving, and I was quite good.
And you still are. Now, was there anyone who inspired you to begin modding? Like, was there any particular modder who, inspired you to begin modding with the Total War games, for example?
Honestly, not a specific person, but I would say the Total War Center community was 100% inspiring. There were many modders assembling there, discussing, talking, trying to tweak things. And so, as I read everything and tried to be to participate in all these things, I was becoming better. It was the community that it.
Because it wasn't a singular member in itself, but it was the entire, community and assembly that kind of worked together to inspire you. Well, that's nice. Well, you kind of said this already, but the first mod you released for the Total War games was the one for Medieval. Was there any, big changes you added to that mod, or was it just very basic?
Because there were not many things to change. The engine did not allow that. There were open some text files, and in these text files we could change what we do now for unit statistics, the attack parameters, the melee, the recruitment options, things like that. Not many things about graphics. It was all about statistic balance. My first one.
Yeah. So you just changed units and how they work, basically.
Yes, something like that.
Okay. We were talking way back in before my time, and a lot of other probably listeners and fans of your mods and all that. But was there any? This is kind of a little bit away from that inspiring part. But is there any particular members that you could get help from, that you can remember, that kind of you cooperated or something like that? Is there anything you can remember from back then?
The first one that comes to my mind is Hip 63. The man who helped me to make Darth Empire to the state it is right now. He was a crazy person and very aggressive, but also a good guy. Many times we quarreled online. But I still appreciate him. I have him also still I have him as a honorary member to the Darth Empire team. Now for Rome Total War era, I can remember a lot of people, too many, in fact. I don't know if it is good to start to mention all this because maybe I start to forget someone, and
That wouldn't be polite towards
yes,
them.
that would not be proper. Currently, my very good comrade, modding collaborator, is Husserl, Total War, who has made every launcher for the newest Darth mods.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
I want to say that Tango 12345 was an exceptional moderator for Darth Maul Empire Forum. Really, I thank him for all his efforts. He tried very hard to keep the forum alive and intact of problems.
Yeah. No, he's in the content stuff as well, and he's a great guy. So I know him a
Yes,
little
very
bit.
much, very much.
Yeah. Now back to the modding part. When did you feel it was time to move on from one mod to the next? For example, to Rome and then Medieval 2. Did you feel it was more about the release of the game that made you just start working on it, or was it until you had reached a certain progress with the current mod you were working on?
Back then, I was too enthusiastic about modding, and I was not thinking about a plan. When a new game was out, I had to mod it, I had to make it better to please the fans, even simultaneously. I think the same I did for recent games also. When a new game came out, I tried my best to offer the best work I can. Of course, there are some other issues that occurred and that have delayed me. But in the end, as you know, I have modded every game from Rome Total War era. I have not left anything unmodded.
Well, that's cool. So you have, well, you're a true model for the Total War games. That's nice. When did you personally feel that your popularity rose? When did you feel that you kind of like people knew you for your modding and all that? Like when did that happen?
Yes, it started really on 2005 when I made my first formation work. Then no one knew about this type of modding, and with formations and other techniques, I made the artificial intelligence of the opponent to be very efficient and very difficult to play. And players liked it very much. They admired all this work I did. So they learned about my name and the Darth modes, and gradually I became famous for this work.
Okay, this is gonna be a hard question. Which of the installments of Darth mod are you most proud of? Which one gives you the most good feeling?
It is not so difficult to answer because it is also the most popular. It is for Darth Mode Empire. It's a gigantic work, a massive effort of many contributors. And I think it is the most popular also for the players. It has the most downloads. Now it must have more than 500,000 cumulative downloads. I think the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, that's to be honest, that's the one I played the most. Is the Darth Mod Empire, so I can relate to that. So, Darth Mod Empire is your most favorite mod. Well, understandable, as you would say. Um, of course, this is relate to back to the other game. But which Total War game do you feel most personal attachment to? Is it Empire?
Personal attachment, yes. I cannot specifically attach to any Total War game because each one was very unique for me for many reasons. Now that I think of it, the first one is okay is for Rome Total War, Darth Mode Rome, because it was my first one, and this that made me popular in the modding business, as we say. And the second one is again Darth Mode Empire because it did a very important things. It fixed the game. It is not um, an enhancement. It is something that fixed the official game, because the official game had a lot of problems, and now many, I don't know, maybe not. It's not too optimistic to say that more than 50% of the player base play with my mod. That is a big achievement.
Yeah, it is actually. So quite impressive. If you can go back in time and change one thing about your mod, what would that be, and why would you do it?
I would change a little the promotion of my Rome Total War and Medieval Total War. I was too young then. Some of my English were not so good. I was sometimes too aggressive. Um, I was a little different person back into 2005 or 2007. Now I'm a different person. I think also this is reflected to my work.
Yeah, so you kind of grew up in the period when Darth Mod Empire came out, so it kind of, that's the reason why it escalated, because there's not a lot of people who play Darth Mod for Medieval 2 in Rome, probably because you didn't advertise it enough. Is that what you're saying?
I advertised it, but it is the kind of advertisement I used. It was based a lot to Star Wars due to my name, and I did not want to do that. In the end, it was a little too exaggerated. Darth Vader is my avatar, so this is why I call my modes Darth modes, and I tried to make this Star Wars theme as much transparent as possible in my
Yeah.
newest modes.
That's one thing you would change at least. So back to your, when you mod, do you have any specific modding routine? Do you put on relaxing music? Do you have a cup of coffee or tea, or you just sit down and just start modding? Is there any kind of modding routine that you have, working routine?
There is no routine, but it's like a disease, because when you have so many real life problems, and you must have also space in your mind for this, to go for sleep and then start to think what this player has given us feedback, what I have to optimize for the best version, etc. It's something that motivates me in the next day to start working immediately for the mod in order to make it the best. It is not based on a program to chill out. It's like an obligation.
So
For me right now.
it can be both a blessing and a curse.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Well, that was actually not a answer I was expecting. Well, it kind of makes sense. The same thing I have with the Total Warcast. You know, you feel that you feel that you want to provide a show for people, so that yeah.
Yes, it is because every hobby, if you love it, you want to give your best of yourself.
Exactly.
So if you want to be good, if you want to do it just to relax, then okay, you can do it, but don't expect people to like your work if you neglect it. And then it becomes an obligation, because when you see it becomes popular and many get happy with your work, then you want it to be even better, even better, even better, without limit.
Exactly. So yeah, but let's move into kind of a speculative stuff, and that's the future. Are you working on any new mod versions of your mods right now? And do you want to talk in detail a little bit about that?
Well, you know that I have retired. I support my current mods. I have already updated Darth mod Napoleon to the last version. I hope that it will not need any new update. Darth mod Shogun needs something to work on. Players have asked to fix something. Units do not pass the gates, the fort gates, too easily, so I have to fix that also. My next big release will be for Darth Mod Empire.
Yeah.
This is what I work currently. There is an open beta patch that is almost ready. I'm fine-tuning it, and so there will be a big release maybe in 2 weeks. And much later, I don't know about the timetable. I want to mod also medieval, my medieval mod, because it is the most neglected. It's the only one that it is not updated yet.
Okay, so you're gonna release a new version for Empire Darth mod, and then you're gonna go a little bit back in time, and then you're gonna work on your medieval mod.
Yes.
Oh, sounds fun. So we can expect.
Yes, but I don't know about my time for the future. Okay, just ask me what you want, because maybe later I will tell something that may interest some.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you want to say about the future? I know you want
Because
to.
modding for me, because I have retired, as many have understood, is coming to an end. And I have other obligations now to make a game myself. This is news, some news you may want, don't know,
This is
to
this doesn't.
comment. Yes.
So the people don't know that, but you're making your own game.
Yes, no one knew except some a few that I have told. And
Yeah.
yes, now I say it publicly that I will make a new game. I'm working on it. There is a shadow startup company that has contacted me, and now we try to finish a very ambitious project. And I'm working remotely. Things go well. It is a very serious project. Of course, there is a little time to finish it. I don't know. There are also some limitations in many sections. I hope we can make it as I have it in my mind this summer.
Wow. Well, this is huge news. So you just announced that you are working on a new game on the Troll Warcast. Well, I'm honored. Thanks. But
Yeah, it is something to. Okay, why not to say it?
yeah. So yeah.
Nothing to
Well,
hide
actually,
anymore.
I have to wish you the best of luck, because this is a new era of your life, and I hope that everything succeeds and everything goes your way. But I actually have no more questions for you. But of course, you've honored us with a lot of good answers, more answers than I expected, and a great announcement at the end. So I think that we're almost done. Is there anything more you want to add, Darth Vader, before you leave us?
I don't know. I want to say a big thanks to the Total War community. It still motivates me, and I will, no matter what happens, I will still support my moods. I will not neglect them, no matter what I do in the future. In my real life, I will still try to have these modes the best possible in their best condition. So that all these thousands of players that trusted my work to still enjoy them. Nothing else, really. I hope you enjoyed the talking, and I talked with good English.
Yeah, you absolutely did. It was actually quite enjoyable. I want to thank Darth Vader for joining me for this half hour. It's actually been very fun, and I hope that he will keep us updated with this new project. And I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I will return to you in the outro, but Darth Vader and me will cut it off here. So thanks to everyone who was listening, and we will see you next week.